So like I said, I will be on these calls every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Anybody can get on. It doesn't, again, you don't have to be in what I do for a living. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to give out some value and some motivation for everybody, especially through these times. I feel like it's needed. One thing I want to go over is, and I want everybody to write this down. I want you to write down, what is your why? Like, why are you doing the things you're doing in life? See, I'm a big believer that you have to have a purpose in what you're doing in life, right? So I want everybody right now to write down your why. Like, think about it. Don't just write it down real quick. Think about it, because I want you to write something that, is very emotional to you, right? The reason why you doing the things that you're doing in life, right? Because this why is going to carry you, right, through the ups and downs. This why is going to be like your angel, because, anytime you're feeling down, you're going to look at this why, and it's going to get you back up, right? So I want you right now to write down your why. And I want you, when you write this down, and remember, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. If your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough, right? You got to have something that you want to succeed so bad, and you're doing the things you're doing in life because you want that, you're doing it for that why. Like, why? It could be yourself. It could be for yourself. It could be for a loved one. It could be for your kids, or somebody or something. You have to write it down, and I want you to write it down in the chat, your why. Because this is what's going to keep you going through the bad times. This is what's going to keep you going and push you to where you want to go in life. Everybody I feel has somewhere that they belong in life. It's just that you just got to get there, right? So your why is going to be the thing that gets you there. My why was my daughters. So the days that I wasn't feeling up to doing certain things, or I was feeling down on myself, I looked at my why, which was a picture of my kids, or thought about my why, which was my kids. And I said, you know what? Okay, let me get up. Let me go do the things that I have to do. Because I'm gonna read all these: future children, for my family, my father, soon to be wife, and future kids. That's dope. Little brother, legacy, family, parents, a mother to retire her, myself, parent, future kids. Yeah, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not good enough. Because you see, it got to be emotional to you, that you want that success that bad, because it's such, your why is so emotional to you. Breaking generational curses. I love that. Because you got to think about it. Like, we're all human here, right? We're all human, and we have days that we just don't feel, we don't feel it. Listen, I have days where I don't feel it. I think we all can agree that we have days that I'm trying to ball out. I like that, Sean. We have days that we just wake up and we get a call and messes up our day, and we don't have it in us today. We be like, you know what? How many of you guys be like, you know what? Today's just not the day. How many of you guys be like, you know what? Today's just not the day. Don't nobody mess with me, because today is just not the day. Today is not the day. Like, you just be like, you know what? Nah. Don't. And somebody's going to catch it from you that day, because that day is just not the day. Because you got a phone call, or just something in your mind, you thought about something, and you just like, you know what? Whoever texts me first is going to get it today. They could have texted you, hello, beautiful, how you doing? And because that day is just not your day, you snapping at that person that said, hey, beautiful, hope you have a great day. But because it's just not that day, right? Because you just don't feel it that day. You just, today, don't nobody play with me today, right? Right? It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us, right? So those are the days that you need to break out of that, right? The days that somebody messes up your mood, you got to look at your why and change that whole mood. Because we got people, right? We have things that happen in our lives that just mess up our mood for the day, right? It just messes up like our inner happiness, right? And puts you in a dark side. And you got to look at your why, and you got to be like, listen, you know what? Let me get away from this, because I'm looking at my why, and my why brings me happiness and joy. So I got to always look up. See, people always think their why is just about being successful. No, your why can bring you happiness and joy. Also, you know, everybody always says your why. You want to succeed because your why. And I agree with that. But your why, people forget that your why should also bring you happiness and joy. Like, so not only should you want to be successful for your why, but in the days that you don't feel it, it motivates you. The days that you're not in a good mood, it puts you in a good mood, right? So make sure those whys not only is people or someone that you want to help and you want to become successful for, but it's somebody that brings you something that brings you joy and happiness in those times that it's just not your day. It's just not your day. Like, you know, I understand that right now a lot of people are going through hardship, right? So their why has to be the reason why they smile. Their why has to be the reason why they know things are going to get better, right? They know things are going to get better for themselves because they're looking at that why. That why is going to carry you through your whole life, right? And think about it. I always say, if you're lazy, right? If you're lazy, let's say you're lazy, it's because you don't have a why strong enough. If you're always in a bad mood, it's because you don't have a why that makes you happy, that brings joy to your life. There's got to be someone and something in your life that when you're in a bad mood, you can turn to and have a giggle, have a smile, change your whole mood. There's got to be something or someone in your life that does that to you. And there's got to be someone or something in your life that makes you want to succeed. See, the why is everything. The why is going to keep you going. The why is going to get you through those tough days. You have a school test, you feel like you can't pass. Look at your why. I'm going to pass it. You're having tough times getting a job. Look at your why. I'm going to get a job because it's for my why. You're uninspired for the day. No, you don't have to have a kid. Your why could be your parents. Your why could be your parents. Your why could be your grandparents. Your why could be a brother or sister, an aunt, an uncle, somebody that has impacted your life to a point where you want to impact theirs. You know, you have to have somebody in your life that impacted you to an extent where you want to impact them. Or you could just be a stepdad. You could just be a stepdad if you want to. You could just be a stepdad. You know, whether you have kids or not, it doesn't matter. A why is something that you need to have, regardless of life. It don't have to be kids. It's just something or person or someone that just brings joy into your life, that brings you to a level that you want to succeed. You know, you got to have that in life. If you don't believe in a why, then you have no purpose. You have no purpose in why you're doing the things you're doing. The why could be for you. It's okay. Listen, it's okay to be selfish if you don't have kids and you want it to be for yourself. You can, your why can be for you. It could be, my why is me. It's for my happiness, right? My level of success. It can be for you. So you gotta figure out what is your why. Your why is the most important thing that you wake up in the morning to every single day. You know, it's not even you. We could all be self-motivated on this call, but our why is bigger than our self-motivation. Because if you think about it, our why is the reason why we're doing the things we do right now. I always say I would have never got out of my situation if it wasn't for my two daughters. If I didn't have two daughters at that moment, right, in my life, when I was going through it, you would never hear me. You would never hear from Lasala Tavares. You would never know who Lasala Tavares is right now if it wasn't for my two daughters. My two daughters is the only reason that I'm here today standing. Because there was a lot of days that I wanted to quit. There was days that, now I never contemplated suicide or anything like that, but there was days that I just was wanting to quit on life. That I said, you know what? This is what it is for me in life. This is what God had for me. I'm not gonna get back up, and I just gotta deal with it, and that's it. There was days that I had like that because we all have self-doubt. Type in a 1 if you guys some days have self-doubt. Because I know I'm not the only one that have self-doubt, right? We all have self-doubt. It's just natural in us. But then when you have those doubts, there's got to be something or someone that you're like, you know what? I can't quit. I can't give up. I can't stop. Because that person, whether he or she knows or that thing, is depending on me. They might not know it. They might not know that they're part of your why. But you know that they're depending on you, even though they might not know it. See, my daughters didn't know they were depending on, they were depending on me. They were too young at the time. But I knew they were depending on me. I knew their future depended on me. So the days that I had self-doubt, the days that I didn't think I was going to get out this hole that I was in, I kept thinking like, if I give up now, I'm giving up on my daughters. If I give up now, then how's their future going to look? So that kept me going. And you guys have to have that, because let's be honest, we're all humans here. Like, how many of you guys let's be honest, in the last 2 months have had self-doubt? In the last week, in the last 2 weeks, have had self-doubt? Like, am I gonna ever succeed? 24 hours, that's real stuff though. Am I ever gonna succeed? Does God have plans for me to be successful? Right? Does he have, at my light at the end of the tunnel, is there success for me there? You know, we all question it. You know, let's be honest. Don't we all say sometimes, like, we'll look at somebody else's success and we'll be happy for them, and you'll be like, but man, when is my time coming? I've been here waiting. When is my time coming? Have we all thought about that? Like, I've been here, I've been loyal, but when is my time coming? Because you start seeing others around you become a success, and you're like, man, I'm putting in the work. You know, I'm doing the things that I have to do to become successful in whatever I'm trying to do in life. But when is it my turn? When is it my turn? You know, and you start questioning everything. Do I even have a turn? Do I even have a turn? You know, everybody says, wait your turn. But I was at a point in life in 2016 that I was like, do I even have a turn? Like, am I going to get a turn? Because, you know, everybody says, wait your turn. You're going to get your turn. But I was like at a point where, am I going to have a turn? Like, is the turn coming for me, or is just, I'm thinking because everybody says that everybody gets a turn in life. But am I even going to get a turn? And that's how we think sometimes. Because we see everything around us becoming successful, and we feel like we're stuck in the mud. We feel like we're not. We feel like we're doing everything. We're doing everything possible. And it's like, as soon as you try to go forward, life pushes you backwards. 2 or 3 steps, sometimes 4 steps, sometimes 5 steps. But you see, that's why I say the why is important. The why would never let you stop. The why will never let you quit. The why will always keep you continuing on your road to success. You gotta see it like this. There's always somebody in your life, right? Type in the 2. If there's someone in your life that can always get under your skin. There's one person in your life that can always get under your skin, right? Do you have that person in your life? I don't know, and you can have the best day in the world, and that person texts you something, calls you or whatever, and that person has the only way in the world to get under your skin, where you're like, how do I let this person do that to me all the time? Like, how do I let this person get to me all the time? I can have 9 people today giving me positive energy, and I'm feeling great, but I got this one person in my life that just gets to me. And you won't block them. That's true. You won't block them either. Because sometimes you love them, so you won't block them either. But it's one person that honestly can get to you. Let's be honest. It's that one person that can get to you, right? So you see, that person shouldn't alter the way you're thinking. That person shouldn't alter your energy. When that person comes into your life for that day, you need to look at your why. Think about your why. Because that why is going to offset that person in your life. That why is going to offset that person in your life that always has to say something to just mess up the day or get under your skin. And sometimes, no, it could be, no, sometimes it could be the same person. So you got to even that out. You can see that's a challenge you got to figure out, because if it's the same person you're doing it for, because sometimes it's your mother or your father, let's be honest. You know, my mother to this day still thinks I do construction, because if I tell her I do Forex, in her mind, I'm doing a scam. So I tell her I do construction. Because my mother will mess up my whole day with something she'll say. She'll mess up the whole day for me, my whole mood. She'll mess it up. So to this day, you know, I had to block my mother from Facebook. As I started traveling a lot, my mother was one day on Facebook, right? This is crazy. My mother, she saw me she saw me traveling a lot. So, you know, she's calling me. She's calling me, and I'm not picking up the phone, right? For days. She's calling me. So then she goes and spams my Facebook. Under my post, she says, call me. Under other people's posts, she's saying, call me. So a friend of mine goes, yo, Lesaldo, do you owe this person money? This Maria Perez? And I was like, no, that's my mother. She's like, oh, but yo, because she's on everybody's post telling you saying, yo, Lesaldo, call me. I said, that's my mother. I haven't talked to her. Because I already know my mother, what she's going to ask me. Like, yo, what are you doing? I know you're in construction, so why are you traveling so much? So I had to block her from my Facebook, right? Because my mother, even though she's part of my why, her, my father, my daughters, part of my why, but my mother can say something or can have that negative Nancy in her sometimes that's going to throw me off. So sometimes you got to block those people. Like, even if it's one of your whys, sometimes, listen, you got to press the block button. Boom. Press the block button. Boom. That's what you got to do sometimes, right? So, but most of the time, listen, I'm 39, I still lie to my moms. Listen, it happens sometimes. You can't, my mother does not know, listen, my mother's old school, right? My mother's one of these people that she's just from her time. Great lady, but she's just from her time. So I try to keep her at her time. You know, I try to, my mother been like, my mother asked me, you have not become the manager yet at the construction job? You've been there for like 20 years. Are you not the manager yet? Like, it's coming, Ma. It's coming. Next year is my year. So I tell her all the time. Next year, I'm telling you, they're going to move me up. No, but tell me y'all don't got moms like that. Tell me y'all don't got moms like that. Don't act like y'all don't have moms like that. That you be like, you know what? It's better me tell her a lie, because I'll tell her the truth. I'm going to be on this phone forever with her. Tell me y'all don't have that. Yeah, we human. We have that. Like, we have that. Like, I can tell my father knows I do Forex, but my mother doesn't. My mother just thinks I'm like the most traveling construction worker of all time. Like, that's what she thinks. I told her I'm a project manager now and I gotta be traveling and stuff like that. So, but we have that one person, right? And it can even be your why that brings that can bring you down, but you gotta fight that. Now, my mom doesn't know how to do Forex. So my mom does project manager. So if you see my mother at an event, now I'm gonna bring my mother to, we were supposed to have a big event in New York. I was gonna bring my mother to it so that she could see what I do. But until I bring my mother to an event, then I'm gonna tell her the day I bring her to an event. Maybe Houston, I'll bring my mom's, right? So, but you could have that one person in your life that brings your energy down, that brings your level of happiness down, but you gotta fight that, because that's really not a religious person, but that's really the devil playing with you, because that's them getting you into that bad mindset, into that bad energy that you don't need for the day. Remember, your why, look at your why every day. Take a picture of your why. Have it with you every day. Look at it every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, every hour if you have to. When you feel like you don't want to do something, just look at that why and like, okay, you know what? I got to keep going. I got to keep going. Because you think about it like this, as time goes on, sometimes the only thing that's going to bring you happiness is that why. Because you might be so frustrated because you're not where you want to be at. So looking at that why, thinking about that why, even sometimes calling that why, can be your level of success can be your level of just transparency that you might need. You know, a lot of people right now need that. A lot of people, you know, it's crazy. The thing I love about what I do for a living is because it opened my mind to so many things that I would have never thought about. I would have never thought about having a why. You know, when you just going through life and you work in a job like I used to for like 12 years, you don't think about, I'm going to work for my why. You know, I'm going to work for my why. You don't think about that, but reading books, being in this industry has opened up my mind to like, wow, okay, all those times that I was going to work, I had a why. I just never knew about a why. Let's be honest, how many of you guys knew about a why before this industry, before reading books, before being in this type of industry, right, where you're networking? You never really thought about a why. You never really knew about a why. This industry, when I started in 2013, really got me to thinking about my why and why. Listen, there was times in this industry that I was doing bad, but again, that why that I wrote down in 2013 kept me going to today. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my mother out to one of these damn conventions. I'm gonna bring her out. Definitely gonna bring her out. But that's what you want to understand. That's the most important thing in your life is that why. You know, and never give up. Never feel like you can't do it, because to be honest with you, there's people that have done it before you and people that have done it that are going to do it after you that are not better than you. I feel like everybody here is destined to be great. Everybody here is we're playing an even playing field. Nobody's better than the next person. You know, it's just your execution, right? Your execution that is going to separate you from the rest or the next person. So I want you this week really to like hone in on focus on your why. Focus on your why, and don't let that why go. Don't let that why go. Don't still do it for today, for tomorrow. Think about that why every minute you can. I think about my daughters every minute of my life. I think about my kids every minute of my life. So and people ask me, why do you go so hard? Why do you work so hard? Like, why don't you take a break? I don't believe in breaks. I feel like my whys, which is my daughters, they have all the breaks for me. They get to chill. They get to have fun, be on their tablets all day. Let them take my vacation for me. You know what I'm saying? Like my purpose right now is to just keep working for my whys. Your parents, like, you don't get tired of seeing your parents maybe working a job or struggling, or, you know, like, I always say this. We can never repay back our parents, right? Let's be honest. We can never repay back our parents for what they've done for us. But the least we can do is become something for them. Become successful for them. That's the only way we can pay them back. We can never give them enough money for them to pay us back for what they did for us, but the least we can do is become successful for them. Because the first was just a couple of days ago, you know, and I always say the best feeling in life is being able to send my mother her rent money, send my dad his rent money, because at least, again, it's not a repayment for the things they did for me, because I can never pay them back, but it at least makes me happy that I can at least contribute to something. Can never pay your parents back, but you can at least contribute to something, you know? So if you don't have kids, your parents should be your why, your grandparents. Maybe you have a little brother that you love, a little sister that you love, older sister, older brother. Figure something out. Figure something out. And make that your purpose in life. Because at the end of the day, it's not even about you. Sometimes it's not even about you. You go through this life and you think everything is about you. It's about you. It's about what I want to be. Yeah, you want to become successful. I always tell people, listen, everybody on this call, when you get to where you want to get to in life, and everybody on this call will be successful, will be future millionaires. When you get to those millions that you want, you're going to realize that it wasn't even for you. It was for the people you love. Because you don't even care no more about buying yourself stuff. You don't even care about the things that you wanted when you got this money. Oh, when I get this money, I'm going to have this. I want to get this. I want to buy that. It's not, you're like, okay, I get it, but it's not even what it was when you was chasing it. when you can help someone that you love, that'll bring you more happiness than anything you could buy yourself. Trust me when I tell you, when you can help someone you love, that's going to bring you more joy than anything you can buy yourself. For the moment, you might feel good. Oh, I've got myself this. I live in this beautiful penthouse. This is great. But if I lived in this penthouse and couldn't send my mother and my father rent, then I would downgrade from this penthouse. I'll be honest with you. Like, if I couldn't afford to send my parents rent, why am I living at this penthouse? I should downgrade and send my mother and my father rent. So I'm only living in this penthouse because I can afford to send my parents rent. But if I couldn't, I wouldn't live here because that would be selfish of me. That would be selfish of me if I'm living here and I'm not helping my parents out. Why? Because I gotta buy this $500 Gucci shirt. I gotta buy these expensive designer clothes. I gotta buy this expensive car. But if you buying all this stuff and you're not helping the people that actually made you, then you're never gonna be blessed. You're not gonna be blessed. So right now, it's all about you. But once you get to your destination, once you get to where God has planned for you, where you reach your heights, you're gonna realize, like, man, I was chasing this money to get me all this stuff, and that don't even fulfill me. What fulfills me is that I can help my little brother, I can help my little sister, my older sister, my older brother, my parents, my grandparents, my kids, if I have kids. You're gonna understand that it is not even about you anymore. You know, and I think when you get here, the reason why I don't stop is because I love a lot of people and I want to help a lot of people. So that keeps me going because it's not even about me anymore. Honestly, it's not no more about me anymore. I thought it was about me 2018, middle 2019. I realized it's not about me anymore. It's not about my happiness, buying me this, buying me that. That don't give me satisfaction. It gives you satisfaction that my mother says, thank you. You pay the rent. You pay my bills. My father. You know, my father is sick right now. So me able to take care of him is a great feeling. Me able to take care of my sister is a great feeling. You know, so that's why I go harder. Seeing my daughters' happiness. You know, my daughters, because the mother of my kids, they learned Apple Pay. So Apple Pay now is something that they learned because the mother of my kids. So when they was going places, they'll call me, hey, Dad, and I already knew what they wanted. I already knew it. You see, my biggest fear in life was to say no to my kids. I don't want to say no to my kids. I never want to be the parent that said, no, you can't get this, maybe in a week, maybe in 2 weeks. That drove me crazy. That's why my why was so strong, because that would drive me crazy that I have to say no. I never wanted to say no to my girls, especially me as a father having daughters. I never wanted to say no to my daughters. I want my daughters to understand that no man can ever do more for them than what their father's going to do for them. So that used to drive me crazy, literally crazy, when I was down and out. I didn't want no man to do more for my daughters than their father can. So for me to say yes, and sometimes you might spoil your kids, you might spoil them, but you know what? This is what you work hard for. You want to spoil your parents? You want to send your mother on vacation? You want to send your father on vacation? You want to send your grandparents somewhere, or whatever it is? This is why you work hard for it. See, we have to elevate. Our parents did the best they could do for us, right? This is how it works. Their parents did what they could. Our parents had to become better than their parents, right? They had to elevate. Now us, we have to elevate more than our parents. So then our kids can elevate more than us. And that's how we break generational curses. Every one of us has to do more than the ones who came before us. So I have to elevate myself for my parents, right? But you guys have to have that why. Make sure it's strong enough. Make sure it keeps you going. And make sure that it makes you smile and bring you happiness. Because sometimes, believe it or not, money doesn't always bring you happiness, people. Don't think money brings, if you're chasing money for happiness, you're chasing money for the wrong things. If you're chasing money for happiness, you're chasing money for the wrong thing, because money is not going to bring you happiness. It's not. It's going to bring you more stress than anything else. Trust me. So money doesn't bring you happiness. What brings you happiness is that the money helps you help the people that you love. which is your why. So make sure you wrote down your why today. Make sure every single day when you wake up, you look at your why and you make sure that you do things that you have to do every single day for your why. Your why might not know it, but you're doing it for them. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you being on this call. I will be here next Monday, 8 o'clock. Again, tell everybody it's open to the public. It's not open to people in my business. So thank you guys for being on. If you don't have my Instagram, I will give you my Instagram right now. Give you my Instagram. And guys, stay home, please. No barbecuing. Stay home. I'm trying, we all trying to go out in June. We all trying to go out in June. Please, some of y'all stay home, man. Some of y'all still doing parties. Y'all still doing barbecues. Please stay home for all of us, please. I mean, this quarantine stuff is cool, but after a while, you can go crazy. Some of y'all going crazy. I mean, some people are doing ridiculous things because they just going crazy at the house. Right? So, guys, I will see you next Monday, and I'm out of here.